Alright, now we're fucking on to part 2. It won't be quite as much of a slog, and we've taken some measures to make sure that there won't be any extra additional bullshit to go through with the Fortress rerun.
Yay.
We will still be rerunning the intro stage, though, and the only reason I didn't want to cut this out is because I think it's neat that you actually get to run through it with the full set of stuff that we had before, which I know I already mentioned, but it does kind of mix it up.
And this text box is entirely unchanged.
Yeah, which kind of weirds me out, because I thought originally it was like, oh, damn it, like, now what's going on? But, that is not the case.
Does the vial dialogue change at all?
I don't think it does. I'm almost positive it does not. But yeah, so, 2 B-Bladers, vial fight, used the Dragon Punch on him just to mix it up a little bit, but didn't really do a whole hell of a lot. Because honestly, the Shotokan capsule is pretty disappointing. Capsule.
Soul of a cop.
Oh. I guess that's one way to think about it. I have slightly less to say here than I expected. Yeah, see, fucking Storm Tornado is better than that Dragon Punch. It's like, are you kidding me? Do it right.
Game Boy can't handle
that power.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that wasn't a Game Boy Street Fighter. They just couldn't port the raw damage values over.
Oh, God. Yeah. Now, this part will be a little bit slow, but then we'll actually be on to new stages. Finger quotes new. That was that emphasis. I think it's interesting, and by that I mean I'm filling... I guess that's... Yeah.
Can't be, no.
Is that the same?
That's the same.
Okay, well... count.
Okay.
And... I guess I'm not doing more than one. There we go. God, it's just so disappointing.
Or to take out half a health bar. Jesus Christ.
Super secret Easter egg weapon. So yeah, just don't bother using it. There's your pro tip for this.
Don't even
level.
bother getting it. Who cares?
It doesn't unlock anything extra, and it's really just a goddamn hassle to use. So
Zero, tell me what's happening.
Okay, so at this point, it is actually different. Mitty is still gone. Dr. Kane is currently somewhere else. And it's just like, God damn it, we're getting fucking hacked again. Which, I guess maybe, like, X has been resting in one of those, like, Reploid capsule things, and it's just, like, beaming into his head or something. It's like, oh, I'm having a weird dream where I'm, like, fucking killing Vile for the second time today.
Maybe. Yeah. I like to imagine this all takes place in one afternoon.
Yeah. That's the general idea here. But yeah. So, that person has been reproduces the fighting data of the past.
Is it just reusing old dialogue here, too?
No, this is completely different, because at this point, Mitty would be around. So this is actually new.
Well, I mean, that one last reproduces the fighting data. Seems like it would have been brought up the first time around.
I mean, I'm sure it was brought up the first time around, but I know that the dialogue itself isn't a duplicate. Or at least I don't think it is. Who the hell knows? I'll go back in again.
I'll just...
And then this time Zero is counter-hacking, I guess, because I guess that's something he's qualified to do.
It's just him and Dr. Kane mashing on one keyboard.
Trying to reproduce Mitty's words per minute.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, hacks per minute, HPM.
They're just not good enough at StarCraft. They're just getting their asses kicked by the Korean Reploids.
Oh my god, alright, we should probably stop that.
Probably.
But yeah, so X is going back into the computer, which I think he was just in.
Interfaced. Woo.
Yeah, so now, thank God, some new content to talk about.
Man, we went through this a lot faster than the first episode. It's almost like there isn't like 10 minutes worth of dialogue up front.
Yeah, that's a good point. So this one features more from X2. The previous one only featured one. This one only features one from X1. So it's like...
four
and four. Yeah. Divided a little weird, but it makes sense for the weapon order. And now, since our stuff is carrying over, we're going to start off with Armored Armadillo. Maybe.
At some point.
If eventually alternate version me... Maybe I start with Blue Gator? Okay, I guess I'm starting with Blue Gator. I don't 100% know why, but let's do it, I guess. I think it might have something to do with the power-up here. I don't know. Anyway, so the unique collectibles in this one, since obviously we don't have any armor capsules left and we need to make each campaign, I use that term very, very lightly, each mode or difficulty or whatever you want to call them, each half needs some kind of extra cool thing. Mm-hmm. Up here, we have another capsule. Instead of that being more armor abilities, this is a Zero capsule, which is going to get explained here.
Zero Scramble Rising.
That'll come in, or that will have come in already. But yeah, so basically these are your best friend and fellow soldier, Zero. Basically these are summon attacks, which is kind of interesting. I like the general idea of it. It doesn't really seem very Mega Man or X, I guess, because that kind of thing comes up in Battle Network and the like, but it doesn't seem very X. And honestly, for the most part, it's kind of disappointing. There's one or two instances where it does do a whole lot of damage, but it's so... No, like, there actually was one that I found at some point during one playthrough that's like, alright, fine, you did enough there, I guess. But for the most part, because you have to... It's not a weapon that you equip, you have to line up where he's going to go, because he'll, like, actually move across the screen or do certain things, with the exception of the fourth one you get, or the number 4 one, which is Earthgazer. Each one of them you actually have to aim. But you have to go into the pause menu to use them and activate them, and when you do that, time freezes, and it doesn't target or anything like that. So basically, you have to line yourself up with where Zero's going to go in relation to the enemy that you want to attack. Mm-hmm. So like a boss, for example. Then you have to go in and select the correct one and hope that he lands the hit, which I do end up using one or two, so you will see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, it's such a weird-ass system to use. And it all uses one ammo bar for the 4 that you can ultimately get.
Hey, it's just... is it actually Zero, or is it a reproduces fighting data of the past Zero?
It doesn't specify.
Great.
Yeah, so we're fighting Gamel now in, again, one of the X-Hunter rooms, which is pretty cool. I wonder if you can only fight him in X-Hunter stages. Or, X2 stages. It just now occurred to me. That's a good question, me. I'll have to find that out sometime. Also, those right armors are melting their hands together.
They're in love.
Oh, that's cute. So yeah, he's super weak to Speed Burner, which, I mean, I guess kind of makes sense, because he's a ninja and you're burning him, or something. But,
Fire works against a lot of things.
This is a really easy fight. Like, it actually goes quicker than Zane's does, and it's not because I have a weakness weapon, it's because he doesn't block from the front, really. Like, the thrown shuriken will block, but you just jump over him and shoot him, so his attack pattern's way easier. Conversely, when you go into the Fortress refight form, he actually has a completely new attack pattern halfway through the fight, which makes him a little bit more complicated and more interesting, which I think is cool. That doesn't flow quite as well as it does in X2, but it's fine. I think there is still a thing under there, but we'll never know because we couldn't hear, and I think I was already at full health.
Oh, well. Yeah. Also, at some point during one of your explanations, apparently the computer heard "Hey Cortana" and started trying to Google search. Your explanation is like, no, you can stop talking right now, Cortana. I promise you I'm not going to use you.
You probably shouldn't keep saying your name. But yeah, in lieu of having Spin Wheel, which is normally what you'd use to kill those guys without getting close because of the arc fire, it's pretty easy to just use Shotgun Ice and shoot behind them. I still took a little damage, but that's because I suck. And you shouldn't do that. There's your pro tip for this stage.
Don't get hit.
Yeah, pro tip, shoot the Cyber Demon until it dies. Yeah, I think his weakness weapon in this is Strike Chain like normal. Or no.
No.
Yeah, because he's not in this one, he's in Extreme 2. I don't remember what his weakness weapon is, but you shoot him with the Buster, and that works out well enough. Honestly, a couple of the weakness weapons in this one don't really feel super necessary. And I think I'm trying to use the Hadoken here. Really just... I think the Hadoken is actually weaker than the Charged Buster. In boss fights, anyway. I don't know if that's the case overall, because it certainly doesn't seem right. Well, maybe it's not. It's hard to tell. If I felt like pausing, I would count the bars.
No.
Yeah.
You at home can count the bars.
That's your user input.
Write down
activity.
your findings and mail them to me at 123 Ottawa Street,
What?
Southwest New Hampshire, England.
Is Ottawa Street from something, or...?
No, I'm just rambling at this point.
Cool, that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, he maintains all of his attacks, Wheel Gator. You know, this thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
He doesn't damage the wall, though, so there's no spikes or anything that you get to interact with.
For X.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Does he have more invincibility frames in this?
I don't think so. I want to say it's about the same. It's just a matter of how trolly he wants to be. It's like, I'm going to go under the swamp blood. Yeah, so there's another one down.
Yeah.
Trucking right on through. And since we're skipping the fortress stuff, well, most of it, we're not too far from the end of this adventure.
There's only 2 episodes left, which is going to make this awkward to post. But, you know, whatever.
We'll figure something out. Maybe you'll get a bonus video. Probably not. So,
I'm not giving you any more content.
There's so much already. How could you do... why are you laughing at that?
Why are you here? I have so many questions.
Why are you talking to yourself? I guess it's just like generic sinister plotting. Like, I'll get you next time, X! In the computer, I guess. So really, he's in no danger, then. Honestly, he's just like, oh, I'm about to die, unplug. Beep. Man, great.
What's he trying to do?
I think just cause general mayhem.
Okay, so he's a troll.
Basically. I mean, he's attacking via the internet, so it only makes sense.